Welcome back, folks. It is 5:14 on this wonderful Thursday morning. I'm Josephine Sage. Let's jump right into the forecast. So, as you're headed out and about to work today, we're going to see a little bit of some overcast skies, but essentially once that sun comes up and over the Grand Mesa during our sunrise, we are only going to have some mostly cloudy skies. So that means we're finally going to have a little bit of some sunshine stick around with us throughout our day. Now, our weather headlines are showing us that our temperatures still below our seasonal average as we're getting into this first week of spring. We've got snow expected in those higher regions throughout the weekend, and there isn't unfortunately going to be any warm up anytime soon, at least until sometime next work week. So as we take a look right now at our rainfall totals for the last 24 hours, it was raining last night. It was raining essentially right around sunset yesterday. Rainfall has just about 0.8 of an inch of rainfall for the last 24 hours. Grand Junction is still looking at about the same as we were yesterday morning at just about 1/10 of an inch. Moab about 1/4. Montrose also just a little bit more than Grand Junction at 1/10 of an inch. But these rainfall totals aren't really going to increase by much throughout today. It is looking like we're going to have, I guess, a little bit of a dry day before we get into the weekend. Right now, current temperature is 36 degrees in Grand Junction, 32 in Montrose. Further east, we're down in that single digits in Gunnison. Aspen's feeling 20. Glenwood Springs 18. And if we take a look at our almanac, we'll notice that we're not going to have much of an increase in temperatures either. We're still 10, even 20 degrees below our seasonal average, rocking at 48 degrees today instead of our typical 61 on the low end. We're short by just about 4 degrees at 29 instead of our typical 33. That's going to continue to be the trend again until that warm up happens sometime next week. As we take a look at our dog walking forecast today, folks, 35 at 9 a.m., noon 45, 3 p.m. 47, which is a slight chance of rain. 20%, maybe 30% chance of rain, if that. So really, we're just going to be sticking around with those cloudy skies today. And if we take a look at our pollen forecast, still our precipitation values have actually dropped down to about 80% above what we're typically used to this time of year. But that still puts us down on the low end of things for all of our allergens, grasses, trees, weeds, and mold here in the Grand Valley. As we take a look at our wind speeds, still pretty mild, 10 miles an hour all along the western slope or less, but that still means there's just a slight little bit of wind chill. So this morning it's actually feeling 29 in both Grand Junction and Montrose. I do want to chat about our snow potential because we've got kind of a system moving on in from the north coast. We were focused more on that southern west coast yesterday, but it is looking like this is what's going to come on in for us this weekend. So we'll notice here that it's going to start pushing across Idaho, soon to hit us a little bit more locally. We'll notice here as we get into later Thursday, then Friday, it's going to build in some of those higher elevation areas where over the northern and the central mountains, they can expect 3 to 6 inches of snow. Before that happens, we're going to get down into those sub-freezing ranges in both Grand Junction and Montrose. And the overall setup for today, this is that storm that's moving in, causing that snow chance. As we get into the afternoon hours, that's when it's going to start pushing across that Salt Lake City area and moving in for a chance for, again, that snow accumulation, but only along that continental divide area. This weekend, we're not going to have an increase in temperatures. That is going to head our way mid-work week next week.